G'day everybody, we're here at La India Cove in Mexico. It's really windy. We're waiting for the infamous Tehuantepec winds to die down so that we can start sailing south and get to the border town at Chiapas and check out of Mexico. While we're waiting for the wind to die down, which is supposed to happen tonight, so maybe we'll get a sunset walk in, we're going to do a bunch of boat jobs. We've got heaps to do, but the one that I've been wanting to do for a really long time is put in a boat shower. For the last 6 or 7 months since we left Vancouver, I've been using this. Darcy's been holding it up, or I've been holding it up for him, and it's kind of annoying. We don't have any inside boat showers. The boat just didn't come with any, never put them in I don't think. And well, I think that's a really good job to get done today. We've got another couple of jobs we want to do. It's going to be a busy day, and yeah, let's get to it. You might be wondering where all this mess has come from suddenly. Well, some of it is from inside where we've made room to run the hosing out to here, and some of it is from this locker which we've cleared out. That's where we're going to store the outside deck shower or the washdown hose. Some of it is our stuff, like our propane tank. Some of it is junk that was on the boat when we bought it and we never got rid of it because we didn't know if it's important or has a use. But we're going to go through it all today and yeah, hopefully get rid of some things.
Well, we got to wait to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, but we'll make a little spot of things we're hopefully going to get rid of at the next tip or rubbish spot.
A tip is a garbage can.
It's not a garbage can, it's like a garbage, it's a
garbage area.
Yeah.
This might look like just a black hole, but the lighting is absolutely impossible to film both. So we're gonna drill a hole through the sidewall and then just put some fiberglass and wait for that to dry so we can run all the piping through. All the piping is just on the other side of this wall. So we're almost there. We stayed up way too late last night prepping all of this stuff, and the tiny small spaces you have to run the pipe through was, to be honest, terrible. But it was kind of funny. Anyways, we're here. And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna be able to shower on the back deck without holding up a bag. The hole that I just drilled is where one water hose is coming through, and then this gas line here it used to be for propane, to take propane into the galley, but now we're also gonna use it to take another hose out of here as well.
We should be able to see the first hose come through any second now. Yep, there it is. Woohoo! So it's a bit hard getting this propane one out. We've also attached another water hose to the end of it that we're pulling through as we take this old one out. Oh, it's really stuck. There we go. Oh, yeah. Pulled it right off. And there's our new one. And now this can get into the pile for the tip.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
High five.
Yay. Almost there.
Almost there. I'm so hot.
It's like 35 degrees today.
Oh my God.
That's one of the reasons we decided we really need to put this shower in.
Yeah.
There's nice water here, but there's not always going to be, and our next stop's probably a marina in Chiapas, so.
Next step.
Yeah.
So this is the diverter slash selector switch slash on off, whatever you want to call it, that we're going to put in. And so each hose is going to go, one's going to go here, one's going to go here, and then this is going to go to our spray down so we can select which water source we want to use. One's going to be salt water and one's going to be fresh water, and they're going to come into the same hose just like the tap. It's been working really well for us for the past 6 months for the tap. All you have to do is make sure that you close one before opening the other. So that's going to be good.
Yeah, and that's the tap in the galley you're talking about, that we've had salt water
Yeah.
and fresh water coming out the same tap in the galley.
Yeah, so I've marked these, and I'm going to use my trusty hose cutters. I marked them in the right spot. It's working. This is our washdown hose. It's actually an air line, but we asked the guy at the hose shop, Green Line Hose in Vancouver, if you could use air line for water, and he said, yeah, people do it all the time. So it's cheap, very cheap, and this is about 50 feet long and it stretches. The reason we coiled a bunch of extra hose here is just so we could comfortably stretch it to the front of the boat or whatever without like stretching this line to like the max. So, but this is our new shower slash saltwater washdown slash freshwater washdown slash saltwater shower.
Slash water gun.
I'm gonna put, when I find the pieces to do it, like a pole in there, like a broomstick or something that I can just stack all this on so it stores neatly. But for now, this is kind of what we have. Don't forget to put these on first.
Hose clamps.
Hose clamps. Always forget to put the hose clamps on. In theory, as soon as I press this, water should come out.
Don't.
I gotta turn on the water first.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't put it past you to just shoot that right at me with the camera.
I always forget something. I forgot to mark the pipes. We're gonna mark the blue pipe for freshwater, and we're gonna, the blue tape on the pipe for freshwater, and the yellow is gonna be saltwater. That's saltwater. Woo! It's gonna be good for washing down the swim deck after we catch a fish.
Yeah.
And now this is freshwater. Woo! That's a good spray down. Of course, once you've used salt water, you need to use fresh water to like rinse everything down. We've been doing the same thing with our tap. I don't know why I'm turning this way. We've been doing the same thing with our tap, and it works absolutely flawless. Use the salt water first, rinse everything off, and then you got to rinse it off with fresh water anyway, so then the tap gets rinsed out with fresh water. So same premise here. There's a lock on here that I forgot about.
So that last job took quite a while, and we've put away everything now, but looks like we've missed our sunset walk. I do want to get to our next job though. So this front hatch on the deck, it's filled with old ropes and anchor chain and a whole lot of random stuff that were on the boat. And so we want to clear all that out so that we can fill it up with our jerry cans that don't have anything in it when we're not using them, or actually when they're full as well. So then we'll get more space and clear off the deck when we're underway. So that's the job. Let's get to it. So our main anchor is in there, and its chain and its spare rope.
Whoa. The main anchor's over there. Somewhere in the water.
It's connected to here with its chain and its rode, and
so the chain comes down right here. There's like a separate locker, but it's like you can still see through to this locker.
Yeah.
But the extra rope that we have on this chain, if we ever need more than 300 feet of chain, is in this locker, and that's got to stay.
Yeah. And there's also a spare little anchor, which we don't know whether to keep maybe for the dinghy, but it would be quite a big anchor for the dinghy. But it would probably work a lot better than the one we've got now in sand anyway.
The one we got now is awesome.
In rocks. So as you can see, there's lots of rope, but a lot of the pieces are only very short. What was this? So it's past 11:30 at night and we've finally put everything away, cleared up and had dinner. I don't know how the time goes so fast on the boat and it feels like we're not getting all that much done, but the days just fly by. And anyway, we've decided that we're still going to go for our beach walk. We've been wanting to do it all day and we missed it at sunset, but the moon has come up. It's super bright. It's a really nice clear night. So we're going to take the dinghy into shore and go for a little stroll under the moonlight.
And the wind's pretty much died too.
Yeah, it's completely still after all that crazy wind today.
Aside from the roll.
Yeah. A little bit of swell.
Alright, beach walk it is.
Yeah. And then a nice sleep and maybe a sleep in.
Yeah, for sure.
You won't believe what we've just seen. There's a turtle in front of us digging its own nest. So sand's flying, that's what we saw first. And then we stopped and we've just got our little headlamps and it's a huge turtle digging a nest just in front of us here.
It's so cool.
I know, I can't believe it.
This is the coolest thing ever. Like, we don't want to get too close to it, but like we're back like 50 meters and we can see sand flying.
Yeah.
So I think when they start to lay their eggs, they get into like a catatonic thing. So we're just gonna sit back and give it some time and maybe we can get a little bit closer. We definitely don't want to disturb it.
Yeah. So cool! So we've just given the turtle a little bit of space while it's digging. And we followed its tracks down towards the beach and they actually lead, if you can see them behind me, they lead up to 3 huge different holes. So it's been busy today. I think it looks like it kind of walked up or waddled up, dug a hole, didn't like it, made a new one, didn't like it, and then went further up and made it, is doing the one that it's digging now.
So look, it is amazing. It goes all the way up the beach here and you can see it goes right into this big hole and then it continues up the beach and then it goes into another big hole.
So we just went back up to where the turtle is. We kind of went the long way round and slowly behind it, and it was still digging in a huge big nest. It's been quite a while. We've just been sitting down here near the water and the turtle just came back down and swam off into the water. Guess it must have laid its eggs. How incredible. I can't believe it.
Can we see, like, let's go up there.
I guess so. So this is where it just came back down. It's like 3 AM or something like that now.
So that's where it must have laid its eggs.
Yeah, so you can see the huge hole. And then that's the tracks that go back down. Crazy. So we've just walked all the way down the beach and come across another nest. But this one looks like it's got heaps of old eggshells and they're like soft. So I guess a turtle laid a bunch of eggs here and they've all hatched at some point.
And it's super close to the water too.
Yeah, really, really close. Much closer than the other turtle we saw.
And it's crazy, there's like pits all over the beach.
Yeah.
And they must all be turtle nests.
Yeah, we didn't realise when we first got to the beach and were walking along that there's just holes, but I think they're all turtle nests.
So that's what a turtle shell feels like, eh?
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
Very soft. Like it's tough and like cracks, but nothing like a chicken egg.
So we're just getting ready to leave. I'm just gonna go down and give the speed sensor, the little spinny wheel that's down there, a little dust off with a butter knife and a scour pad, just to make sure it's completely clean. And we've been waiting for the Tehuantepec winds to clear for a little while. We have like a 24 to 36 hour window, so we're gonna go and shoot for it. So first things first, clean the speed sensor, and then we need to get up and get going. I guess it's my job this time. It's obvious, I'm wearing the mask.
We could take it in turns.
When Darcy comes back up, I'll show you my favourite thing about our new deck shower.
What the hell?
Surprise! I'm gonna have fun with this. So Darcy's just gone down having another look and he's back. He's noticed that there's no anode anymore. So we're gonna replace it.
Yeah, we're gonna replace it.
We've got some spares on board.
The other side is still okay.
Okay. Alright, I'll go get one for you.
Yeah, please.
So nice of you, even though I shot you when you came up.
Okay, ready to go. Wait, what? What is that about?
It's my new favourite thing.
I think you're taking advantage of that deck spray.
I'm just down in the cockpit ducking out of the wind because it's absolutely blowing a gale this morning. Which is good because we're going to set off, start sailing and make it across this area within about a 2-day window that we've got. We're going to put a reef in the main and we're going to pull out the stay sail or storm sail instead of the jib. And we're going to sail off anchor, or at least we're going to try to. We're getting a little bit better at it and we quite like it. And there's no boats around us, so it should be fine. Darcy's just taking off the bridle now and then we will pull out the sails and pull up the anchor and get going. All good?
Yeah, we're ready to sail off anchor.
Yep. Let's do this.
You just gotta bring the sail out.
Not the easiest with our main, but yeah. We'll see how we go.
Which way are we going? We're gonna go this way. So we'll take the sail out on this side.
So even with pretty good wind, we weren't going too fast, so we've decided to put the stay sail away and bring the jib out, and we're also going to shake out that bit of a reef in the main and bring it all the way out. Hopefully get a bit more speed.
Tell me when.
Keep going. Keep going a tiny bit. Yeah, that looks good.
Really?
Nah, keep going. Now it's moved, and then that's what happened last time.
Oh, the sun just set. I'm on shift here. Yvette's taking a nap. She'll be on shift around probably 2 o'clock. It's just going really well right now. We're trying to make sure that we get past the Tewanapek winds, and I think we miscalculated a little bit. The hull, I think, needs to be cleaned, and we probably should have cleaned it at the last anchorage we were at. I noticed it when I was diving just before we left, and figured it would take a couple hours to clean the hull, and we wanted to just get on with it. But that was probably a mistake, because we're going a lot slower now under sail. I think some of the stuff is cleaning up as we're kind of bashing off and everything, so we had to turn the motor on just to motor sail, just to make sure we get clear of the area that the Tewanapek winds are going to hit. So it's, I think, my mistake, but I'm not going to do that again. We're going to make sure that before we go to Panama, the hull is going to be like clean, like a day before, to get all the speed we can. So, but it's a lovely sunset. Waves are a little bit on the beam. It's a little bit rocky, but you know, it's not that bad. So, enjoying it. There was a bird flying around too for a while. I don't know if he's successfully landed on top, but he was looking to. It's very, very hot out, and we're still under motor, and there's no wind in sight. Well, there's a little bit of wind in sight, but probably not for at least another like 3-4 hours. What we're trying to do is we're trying to stay busy and just get some small jobs done that have kind of been nagging at us, because it's super calm out here. There's hardly a wave, maybe like half a foot waves. So we're gonna do this. This is the block for our jib sheet. And when the jib sheet kind of flakes back and forth, this goes back and forth. And on this side, it hasn't really done it, but on the other side, it's hit the deck and it's hit the outside of the boat, and it's caused a little bit of damage. And we have this shock cord. It's just stretchy cord. And I just learned via YouTube how to make a really, really simple soft shackle with this stuff. So come closer and I'll show you how it's done. What I want to do is have this line passing through here and just tie it up here. But I want to have it so I can remove it if need be as well. And this is like stretchy, so it'll go different ways, but it won't allow it to hit the deck. What you want to do is just double over your line like this and just tie an overhand knot. And I'm going to do a double overhand knot because the YouTube person did a double overhand knot, even though he said you could only do one. And then dress up your knot, pull on it, and it should go like this. And then all you do on this side is do a lark's head, like that, and then you have a soft shackle. So put it through here, up around here, tighten the lark's head, and there you go. Now this won't slam and hit things, but it'll be able to move freely when it needs to move freely. All done, except we have to do that for 3 more things.
The sun is just starting to set and there's still not a drop of wind that was forecasted to be around here now. We don't have an option but to keep motoring, because if we were to stay here, we're right still in the heart of where those really strong winds are supposed to be coming, up to about 40 knots. So we don't want to be stuck in that. So we've been motoring most of the day, literally not the slightest bit of wind. I think it was about 30-35 degrees today. I think 35 was forecast. So who knows if that's right, seeing as they also forecast wind. But it was very hot, and without the bit of breeze that's normally on the sailboat, it got warm. Inside the boat especially is really warm. So anyway, we've just been keeping busy doing some boat jobs. Right now I'm trying to figure out how we can have we can receive AIS but not transmit it, just so, you know, maybe when we're going past certain countries on our way down to Panama, we could turn that off if we want to. We've heard that on YouTube that that's a thing to do anyway, and there's a few other things we're thinking of. We've heard a few issues in that area, so just making sure we're as safe and prepared as possible. But for now, I think I might have a look at that beautiful sunset. So we're almost all the way across the Tehuantepec Gulf, and look what temperature the water is. "30 degrees, woohoo! Hottest it's been. Not much better view. I reckon it's time for a swim today. Or at least a cool off. It's gonna get so hot again. Yesterday was at least 35 degrees, I'd say. And today the sun has only just got up and it's already really warm. But we are in a bit of a rush because, let's see, arrival time at our current pace, we'll get there at 7:10 p.m. So that's quite late. We're going to go to a marina so that we can check out. In fact, there's no anchorage at this place. So it's time for a marina for us. I'd rather get there in the daylight. So we might not be able to stop and go for a swim, take up a bit much time, but maybe a shower is in order with our new shower that we've just installed outside using a hose and a tap. Well, a hose and a water gun. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy that sunrise and just get excited about these nice warm temperatures.
We had this recommendation by a couple of people to make a siphon, and one person in particular, one of our patrons, got me thinking that we have the parts on board all ready to make a siphon, so instead of me like pouring this diesel in like I do, which takes way too long, especially because we usually fill up with these tanks, that I could just make a siphon using one of these bulbs. So I believe I have this in the right way. Yep. And the reason we use the clear hose here is so we can see the fuel coming out. So put this in here to the bottom, and in theory we just pump this and we should get fuel. Why does nothing ever work? There we go. Fuel should be siphoning out now from here to here. I can just barely see it in this hose. Let's check here. That was almost a mistake. That was a mistake. Okay, so now we know that it works. Fuel is coming out, and I need to grab a towel to clean up. That took about half the time, no, about the same time as just pouring it over.
I reckon it was quicker.
You thought it was a bit quicker?
Yeah.
Wow, it was only one.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a lot easier. There's still a little bit of fuel left, maybe like this much fuel left in here. So now I can just pour that out manually. But hey, if it works, it works. Thank you for all the suggestions. We really appreciate them. Because we do film in real time and these videos get posted the same week kind of they're filmed, it really helps us out when you guys give us suggestions.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely not only saving time, but so much easier than the other way.
So much energy.
So we were just having a nice taco lunch when the line started going. So it looks like we've caught something. Does it feel big?
Yeah, kinda.
What's it gonna be?
What? Bigger than...
Yeah, it's huge.
Woo! That's a big fish.
Yeah. So it's the same type of fish that
I think it's called a crevelli jack.
Yeah, it's the one we spearfished 2 of in Isla Isabel.
Yeah. Ooh.
But we don't think we need it at the moment. We've got plenty of food and...
Oh, we want like a tuna.
Yeah, we're trying to save space and just room and that for a tuna. But I think if we don't catch a tuna next and we catch one of them, then we may keep it. I'm not sure.
Although we should have kept that one. We were right in the middle of lunch.
Yeah.
Alright, well, hey, high five.
Oh, it's fishy.
I was doing the camera.
Okay. No.
That was a whole lot of fish action. So this line has been bitten off, and this is like 200-pound test, and the lure's just gone. And
That was our hand line.
you know, on the hand line, and this one, the lure has been like messed up, and the hook has been bent back. If you can see that, the hook's all bent. So we're gonna, I guess, replace these. I might see if I can rebend this hook, but this one's gonna need a new lure. And carry on, I guess. Whatever we're doing is working.
So these are our 2 hand lines in the middle, and then that's the rod on the side that we caught the fish on just now, and this one hasn't caught anything for a little while, but it's still there. We double checked.
So just after we caught that fish, we have a pirate that has boarded us, and he's gonna poop all over the stand-up paddle boards. Hello, Mr. Booby. He's like not afraid at all. He's also adorable. Or she? I don't know. Oh, there. Just pooped on the stand-up paddleboard. Some boobies just have no respect. We're almost in Chiapas Marina. I could be saying that wrong. We always get places
It's
at
Chiapas.
Chiapas? Okay. We always get places at night, hence my little nervousness here. And we've looked at the satellite maps and the charts, so we should be okay. But it's always just like, why do we do this to ourselves every time?
Yeah, we didn't plan it. There was no wind. It's not our fault.
Well, technically it's our fault,
Yeah.
but that's okay. We're gonna make this work. There's a little bit of light around, but there doesn't seem to be light where we're going. So
Going into the darkness.
oh yeah.
There's mangroves everywhere.
So we've arrived in Chiapas Marina, and as soon as we got here, we had one lovely man come and help with docking, took the lines.
Yeah,
and
tight spot.
It was a tight spot. And then within a few minutes, we had 3 more people join us. I think it was the port captain.
I think so, or like a representative.
Yeah, and then 2 men from the Navy?
Military Navy, not quite sure.
In uniforms, long, even though it's absolutely boiling hot.
How are you not supposed to look guilty just sweating buckets like, oh, we're dying over here, right? We're trying to like show them around the boat, just absolutely sweating.
Definitely
just
looked
look
very
guilty. But everyone was super nice.
Yeah, looked through all our messy boat.
and then took our passports, filled in some forms.
And that's it?
Yeah, that's it. So the reason they do all that as soon as you come and then also before you leave is because we're right on the border. So border towns get special treatment, I guess.
Yeah.
But they were all very nice and had a bit of a joke with us even through our terrible Spanish.
Non-existent Spanish.
Mostly our amount of sweating.
Yeah. So I'd like to thank everybody on Patreon. Huge help. We got that new video editing program that I wanted to get, DaVinci Resolve. We were using the free version before, but now we're using the paid version, so hopefully the video qualities get a little bit better. And just thanks everyone that watches on YouTube as well.
Yeah, and all your comments that have told us heaps of things that have helped us out, including getting the fuel in today. That was really helpful.
Yeah.
And yeah, give us a like if you want, because it's always very nice for us, and subscribe if you haven't already.
And definitely leave comments. We love to read them, and especially comments that help out or just friendly comments.
Yeah. We don't particularly like the mean ones. But
See you next Friday.
See you next Friday.